Well, we do actually have an interest on building on top of existing realities, but I have to say that this is not like something we were looking for when we started with our professional practice. It's something that just happened. I think it has to do with the economical context that Spain had at that time. We finished our studies like around 2007, 2008, and well, all the real estate bubble exploded, and all the all the architecture and construction economy went really bankrupt, and that's why I think we started working on existing realities, because it's just the kind of works we had. But so what happens is that I guess that they call you because they see that you work doing that kind of works, so they call you again to work again. I mean, it's like an actor. If I don't know, if nobody would call Jim Carrey for I don't know to play like a bad guy, or I don't know. You know, it's like, and it's kind of difficult to get rid of that. I don't know, the renovation guys stigma, because we want to build new buildings as well. Actually, now we from all the projects we have on top of the table now in the studio, I would say like 80% is new construction and 20% is renovation. It's something we really wanted to do because it's something we never experienced, and we want to do it. It's like we have done like lots of apartments, and now. It's a question of perimeters. I mean, sometimes we work with the perimeters that somebody has already given. It's like you work inside something, or on top of the shape of an existing house, and maybe you can change one or two windows, but you can't negotiate with the exterior. What's your relationship with I don't know, with the sky or with the landscape? Because the perimeter you work in is already given by someone else. And this is a kind of constraint that it's not always good, and we want to try without that constraint. But that's not something that makes it better or worse. It's just different. It's not like architectonically higher or something like this. It's at least in Spain. It's like 10 years ago. If you went to see the final thesis works from the students of the university, most of them were like big museums or auditoriums, or I don't know, like large-scale facilities. And now, if you go, you see like renovation of a factory and turned into housing, or into I don't know, or I don't know, a housing block that now is going to be another stuff, or I don't know, like more social oriented. Sometimes it's like, it changed. Well, actually in Casaluz it's not stone. It's not stone wall. It's a technique called like rammed earth, which is like just pressed earth. It's like it's a technique they used in that area of Spain. It's like just mud, like pressed, and that's it. But it's like a ceramic that has not been baked in the oven, you know. But it's so the only thing you have to do is to make it wide enough to be stable. So yeah, but we didn't know that kind of material neither, because the places where we come from, well, they don't use it. So it was, I think that building, as you said before, on top of built reality, it's been a very good field of let's say training for us in the technical side and in the project side as well, because we have done mostly residential projects, and now we are like we are very well trained to in order to start with new construction projects of well, residential and what else? What happened with the wall? No, we just had to figure out how it worked. So we had to put like cubes of stone, cubes of concrete cast into the wall, and we could put the new beams on top of these little cubes of concrete, and that's how it worked. But well, we had to ask because we didn't know how to do it. If it's just stone, it's easier. I think we feel quite comfortable working on the small scale as well, on the scale of the objects, and the boundaries between objects and interior architecture and architecture are very blurry. And we like to think of objects as something really strong and or as something that really makes the difference, and that it's able to transform space. It's like when you go into a room and there's like a very big table, you maybe after a couple of days you don't remember the room, but you remember that there was like the presence of that strong table, and it was the room of a table, you know. So the objects have this ability to transform its surroundings, and it's like I don't know, a statue in the middle of a plaza. It's like it would. I think it's the same game, but on a different scale. So yeah, as we did lots of interior renovations, we designed like lots of small details, and I don't know, for kitchens, for cabinets, for anything, and sometimes we used to design furniture pieces as well. And one of the furniture pieces we designed was the Claudio chair, and it's a chair that plays with the idea of the arch. And if you see it from above, it's not a square; it's like a trapezoid shape. So when you see it from behind, you see that it's like it goes towards a vanishing point, and it's like you know, these perspectives of the Renaissance, like when they discovered how that story worked. It's like, well, it has to do with the idea of architecture, like this element, this very basic element, like the arch, that it's repeated again and again and again and again and built a chair. So yeah, I think it was like something we did it just for fun, but we liked it, and yeah. It's not very different in the end to face the design process of an object or the design process of an architectural piece. I mean, you have to first have some intuitions and ideas, and you cross them with regulations and technical liability, and that's it. So it's the same but smaller.
Yeah.